if it's bull or bear, I don't care. It's quite a rough ride, just like life. But I'm kinda patient, cause only time will tell. It's gonna go up, so you better stay calm. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, 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 grow your coins.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me this evening. I am the Crypto Crow, and thank you guys for popping in. So I did that video last night, talking about what's kind of happening with Bitcoin, and I was talking a little bit about this Teeka Tiwari, and I started looking deeper into it. So that's basically a lot of what I want to talk about tonight. The market took a big dump today, which it like kind of for a minute it worried me, and then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna look this stuff up because I had a hunch, and I do believe that the dip we just experienced is the final dip, and I'm gonna tell you why. Multiple reasons. I touched on some of this. Now I know that there have been some videos popping up talking about, the big bull run in May and all this other stuff. I'm going to get into that. Verge is pumping. Yes, I saw that. It went up like 20% today, but it's still not worth shit compared to where it was when I first bought it. So here's the first thing. So basically right now, Bitcoin, we're looking at $8,200. Okay. And, Ethereum finally dipped under $500. I mean, everything is down. Even Neo was lower than this earlier, but for Neo to be $59 right now, huge buy potential. Because from my experience, when I'm watching these charts and I'm watching this stuff and I'm seeing, Bitcoin start to go up, Neo seems to recover faster than almost anything. So like Neo's probably going to hit somewhere around the $80, $90 mark long before a lot of this other stuff hits a higher point. That's just from what I see. I could be wrong. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been seeing happening. Now let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and put this microphone a little closer. I don't know. It's kind of annoying having it, so I don't really like it in the thing, but I don't know. All right. So anyway, the first thing that I wanted to talk about, I'm going to start with this. Now, Teeka Tiwari on the Crypto Kingmaker and why it pays to listen to him. Now, I did go over this stuff last night, but I was doing a little bit more digging, and I'm just kind of I didn't know a whole lot about this guy or who he is or what the whole deal was, why he's making these big, bold claims. And so I thought I would share this again, but kind of focus tonight's video more on this, the consensus event, and some charts that I'm going to show you guys. Now, in a nutshell, this Teeka Tiwari, ultimately, from what I've been able to gather, he is somebody who established kind of a reputation and a name, basically being a hedge fund manager a while back, and then was able to retire, and then he started getting into cryptocurrencies and basically started using his name to kind of pump up. To be real honest, he's like a glorified YouTuber, in my opinion. He's just somebody who already built a name and a reputation in, the regular stock market. And so he's using his name to ultimately regurgitate a lot of what us YouTubers are already saying. The only thing is this guy's charging like $3,000. So a lot of the shit that I tell you on this channel apparently is worth $3,000 a year from each and every one of you. So I suggest you all pony up. Okay, hook me up. All right, because I don't just send out a boring ass newsletter. I'm on video every night, man. That should be worth like $10,000 a year. All right, so getting real. This is not to say that Teeka Tiwari is a scam. I don't necessarily think he's a scam. He's somebody who's selling his opinion. And to a lot of people find his opinion worth $3,000 for a membership. What this guy was talking about on Steemit is the fact that he was expecting a Bitcoin, $1 million Bitcoin giveaway. What ultimately it boiled down to is if you join this guy's newsletter for all of his inside information, you get like $300 in free Bitcoin. So for the low price of just $2,500 USD, regularly $3,000, but you get a year free, what a deal. Pay now with your credit card. Operators are standing by. So for $2,500 for a 2-year subscription, you get a newsletter telling you what coins to buy and possibly $200 in Bitcoin to get your crypto portfolio started. So this guy basically bought into a bunch of the hype around this guy, and he was real pissed with what he found. And, so after 60 minutes of bullshit, they get to their insider trading tip on the hot new undervalued crypto. It's Ripple. LOL. Wow, some groundbreaking stuff there, guys. So that's this Teeka Tiwari, guys. Basically, why am I even talking about him? Why is anybody talking about him? Well, because apparently he's got an imaginary friend that lives on a deserted island somewhere that he can't name or disclose, who basically made a big prediction that Bitcoin could go up, and then basically the entire crypto market is going to go up 10x over where it is right now. All right. Let's see what you guys are saying so far. Tika made me good money. Really? That's interesting. So, just trying to scam newbies. Bread is the secret Tika pick. Really? Bread was? Interesting. So, Crypto Fab, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Love you too, man. So, look, I'm not saying that this guy's full of it. I don't know. I have an imaginary friend too who lives on a deserted island that I can't talk about, and he's telling me that Bitcoin's probably going to start going up this week. That's what my imaginary friend's telling me. I think you should probably buy Bitcoin now because it's probably the last opportunity you're going to get. That's the way I feel about it. And I started working on what I was going to present tonight back like down here. Okay? And I was honestly going to predict this spike. I swear to God I was. I was going to predict it. And you'll even see in some of my charts how this is actually still a little bit higher than what I was going to show you in some charts. So anyway, moving forward, we're going to get to that. But I have some pretty big points. But this is all stuff that my imaginary friend's telling me. So if you want to know what my imaginary friend's telling me, I got a newsletter I want you to sign up for. It's only like $35,000 a year. I promise it's worth it. Totally kidding. All right. So this is why the next bull run can start the 14th of May. Now, I talked about some of this stuff tonight, and there's a reason why I'm going over this all again. So basically what this article is talking about on Reddit, and you can Google this is why the next bull run can start the 14th of May. Okay, that's what you can Google and find this, and you can read the whole thing. However, and why am I bringing this back up? Because honestly, I think this whole post is bullshit. I'm going to tell you why. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't necessarily think this whole thing is bullshit, but I think it's marketing. And there's a very specific reason why I think it's marketing. And I'm going to show you. So anyway, this is basically claiming that because of this huge consensus event that happens annually, and all of these big money players coming to the space, that every time this thing happens, the market shoots up, right? It's like they're basically saying that because of this event, the market starts a huge bull uptrend and everything starts to get better. Now, it even says, still not convinced? Please go to CoinMarketCap and look for the 28th of November 2017. It was the date that the biggest bull run in history of cryptocurrency started. This is where I call bullshit, and I'm going to show you why. Here is the chart. So the 28th, the date they're talking about is right in here. It doesn't look to me like the biggest bull run started here. It looks to me like it started down here. So this was back on the 25th. Now, you know, it is 3 day or 5 days such a big difference? I don't know. What happened here, you know, basically looks like it was probably like midnight or something like that on the 29th going into the 30th. Everything took a huge shit. Now, then it recovered and played up and down, and then from here things started to go up. Let's see here. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Yes, that's true. Sure. Tika charges way too much. He has another secret pick if you pay him $2,500 to $3,000. Look, I'm going to tell all of you guys straight up right now. You could pretty much put money into anything in the top 50, and you're going to make a lot of money here probably in the next couple months. You're not going to make as much money as you would in a really hot ICO, to be quite frank, because that's where the real money is. But if you don't have access to ICOs for whatever reason, you could put money pretty much anywhere. You could throw a dart 4 or 5 times, split your budget among those coins, and it's gonna go up. And that's all there is to it. So anybody can say, you know, I could come in right now and be like, Cardano's going to be the biggest thing in 2018. You're going to make so much money. And I'll be right. And I can say the same thing. I could put out a video every night of the week telling you guys, Ethereum, put your money in Ethereum. It's going to at least double. It's probably going to quadruple in 2018. And it probably will, and I will be right. I could sit here and play this mastermind game like a lot of these shills do to try and get you to pay them a buttload of money, basically to tell you what I'm telling you now in bulk. You can put your money in just about any one of these things right now, and over 2018, you're going to make a pretty substantial return. There, I just saved you a shit ton of cash, okay? So, and again, I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you some of this stuff. So anyway, this thing, I think this was all just kind of marketing. You know, is it a coincidence that, you know, do I think that this big consensus thing, this big event with all these big ballers that show up, did that send the market into its uptrend? I don't really think so, because then what happened here? Why did all these people, were they all excited at the event? They went out and they bought a bunch of coins, and then they all just decided at the same time, screw this shit. I wasn't really that impressed. Like, what happened here? So, if anything, the bull run started down here, and this was a big correction because this happened so fast, okay? So, that's what I think. I mean, it was a bunch of people, you know, getting into the space, taking a bunch of profit, or it was a whale or two that dumped, because think about it, back here, this was, I'm pretty sure back around this time, Bitcoin was only like $1,000 or $800. It might have been 1,500 or something at best. So, you know, the whales had they were playing here. All right. Now, this is the event that this thing is talking about. This looks like a great event. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. I think this is a pretty solid event. I would actually like to go to this. I was actually invited recently to speak at 2 different blockchain conferences. One of them I'm pretty interested in. The other one I'm not going to do. So not this Coindesk one. But this is on May 14th to the 16th. Now, here's the thing. Now, this is what I'm going to show you guys. And look, there's so much stuff going on with this event. Obviously, some of the biggest players in the space are going to be here. 2017 attendance, 2,700 attendees, which yeah. So in 2017, there were 2,000 attendees. There were actually 2,700, so significantly more. So a lot of this stuff was just not accurate. So it is what it is. I don't even really care anymore. 35% of them were big executives, 125 speakers, 80 sponsors, 80 media partners, 70 different countries. 2017 attendance by industry. This is obviously a very well put together group. Now, let's just say hypothetically, if the 2,700 people from this conference putting their money into the market created this uptick, right? Like everybody kind of came back and then they just started pumping money into the market. It shot as high up as this before it kind of came back down, right? But let's just say that these people created this. That's still a pretty significant climb. Now, let's just assume for shits and giggles that we're going to double it this year. Let's just assume for now. All right. But if you want to learn more about this conference, just come to the website, coindesk.com/event/consensus. I mean, you'll find it right on the Coindesk website. But, I wanted to see, here's some speakers. But yeah, you can find a lot of information about this event. I would love to go, but it costs $1,800. And Keanu Reeves is apparently going. Oh, that's Yoni Asia. Okay. I don't know who that, eToro. All right, cool. I thought it was Keanu Reeves for a minute. So let's see. I mean, there's a lot of cool people going to talk at this thing. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, nice. So, all right. So you can scroll down, see everybody that's talking. Do I think that this conference is likely going to be influential? Probably. Do I think it's a coincidence that it happens pretty much at the very end of the historical big, the end of the annual crash every year? I don't know. I mean, these guys are pretty big. You know what I mean? I mean, they're where they're at for a reason. So what am I talking about? What's this thing? Now, I've showed you guys my comparison charts in the past, but recently I was looking at things because I noticed that the dip was stupid. Okay, recently. So this is my chart. How are you going to see it? Let me see here. I'm going to have to figure out. I don't know if it'll work that way. Yeah, okay, we can do this. All right. Now, what you're seeing here, all this right here is happening right now. Okay, this is 2018. This was last year. This was 2017. This circle here, if you see this represents a dip basically right at March 19th. This is the exact same dip on the exact same day. Very similar patterns. Okay? Look what happened up here. 2018, this is what's happening right now. This is what happened most recently. Big dip on the 19th. Boom. Shot up. Shot up almost identical. See this blue, the blue circle here? Same pattern. Then it goes up, and then it comes back down. Same exact pattern. This is where we're at right now, folks. From here, at the end of this last dip of March, this is when things started to climb back up. You following? You following me? You know nothing. Let's see. I don't know if you guys aren't arguing in my chat with each other, are you? Come on now. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Don't make me play that video. You have NPC skills. Cool hat, Crow. Thank you. I like my hat. I don't even know who this dude is, but he looks like a troll. Okay. So, what just happened to this dude? On messages you send. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna get rid of this dude because he's just a troll. And bye. Yeah, there you go. Now he's all by himself in a little padded room. All right. So you guys are following me. You guys feel what I'm spitting? Yeah, sure. That's the tone. That's what I'm trying to get across. But anyway, you could pretty much take this, you could copy and paste this, and I'll be willing to bet I could paste it right here, and over the next few days, we're probably going to see this same pattern. So overall, and here's the thing, if you look at this, so this was the last minute where I screenshotted this earlier this afternoon, or not this afternoon, it was this evening, but it was earlier this evening, okay? And if I were to go back, I'm sure it's gone up, right? Because it has. You can see right here that it's already started this uptick, this spike. So I think this is it. Like I told everybody, look, once it hits 10,000, I'll be very confident that we're going to be heading back into the bull trend. But I think that we're here now. I think just based off of the historical charts and how similar, if what is happening right now is and what happened last year is any indication as to what to expect this year, I think we're going to start our uptrend now. Things are going to start to recover. The press, the media, everybody else is going to get on board. Things are going to start turning around, and then we're going to start this year's cycle. That's what I think is going to happen. And this conference that's going to happen next month, I'm sure is going to help. This Teeka Tiwari, talking about, the potential trillions of dollars that are going to come into the market and all this. I'm pretty sure he's the one that said this. Talking about the $1 trillion or trillions of dollars that's going to come in from institutional money, because of the regulation and all of this other stuff that's going on. Look, I feel like what just happened when Bitcoin dipped under 8,000 today, I think that was the last big effort to try and squeeze in think about it. This time last year, Bitcoin was $1,000. So this is an 8x return over 1 year. And if we were to do this now, let's just say that because of where we're at, hypothetically speaking, I'm loading up my calculator, but you can't see it. So right now, let's just say Bitcoin's at 8,000. And by this time next year, we do another 8x. So let's just multiply that by 8. $64,000. This is what people are talking about, folks. This is what people are saying. If you look at the historical patterns, this is why people are talking like $50,000, $60,000. I've been conservative saying we'll probably hit 35, but it's pretty likely we'll hit 35,000 within the next 3 to 5 months. So, how you like them apples, folks? I mean, is that helpful? Was this even a worthwhile thing to go over tonight in the detail that I've gone into it? Hopefully, I don't know. I guess my likes will tell me if tonight sucked or if what I've been doing tonight sucked. I've got some pretty big reviews coming though too, just so you guys know. That was what Cliff High says. Okay, cool. Then I guess we're all on the same page. We go under 8K while he is speaking. I'm not sure what that means. Love your optimism, J. Crow, but we're going sideways for a while. Well, and let's just assume that we do go sideways for a while. Guess what that's good for, folks? And guess what that's probably going to lead me to do? Get back into Profit Trailer. So, because the sideways market is the best market to crank up Profit Trailer, crank up your profit feeder, and start kicking some serious ass. So, there you go. How is there only 23 likes? Since I think some people are just, here's the thing. This is what I notice. When the market is in a bull run and things are going really well, the people watching my videos live is through the roof. Like I've had 1,000 people watching, but those are also during periods of time when everybody's really excited about crypto. And because the market is down and it's not very exciting and people aren't, I always tell people you can measure somebody's intelligence by their foresight, right? And that's one of the reasons why, I feel like the people who aren't paying attention to what's happening right now, and they've just kind of said, oh, well, I bought in at Bitcoin at, 18,000, it got to 20, and then it crashed on me, and then I panic sold at 17 and I lost money. Screw crypto, it's all bullshit. Well, the reality of it is that those people who have not been paying attention to what's been happening or haven't been watching my videos consistently are going to miss out a lot, because chances are this is all going to happen again. It's going to be a very similar pattern, but we're going to be talking about a much bigger market cap. We're going to be talking about a much bigger values on all of these coins that we're looking at. And That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, Crow, dude, who really is this Tika guy? So I looked him up. Basically, he was a hedge fund guy who made a shit ton of money. So the guy's not stupid. And again, I'm not saying that his whole thing is a scam or anything. I'm just saying that, you know, I'm not paying him $3,000 to tell me a bunch of shit I already know. Mr. Teeka Tiwari is an editor at Palm Beach Research Group, LLC. He was responsible for the firm's flagship service, the Palm Beach Letter, and a small cap and cryptocurrency advisory, Palm Beach Confidential. Earlier, Mr. Tiwari served as co-editor and was also an editor for Jump Point Trader and Megatrends Investing at the firm. Previously, he was a hedge fund manager and launched a hedge fund. Well, that's kind of what being a hedge fund manager means, isn't it? Prior to this, Mr. Tiwari was a vice president, youngest in history at Shearson. Oh, this is his whole background. Shearson Lehman. At the age of 18, he was the youngest employee at Lehman Brothers. He could have been a janitor. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm kidding. I'm sure he probably wasn't. Mr. Tiwari has been a regular contributor to the Fox Business Network and has appeared on Fox News Channel. That right there, I'm kind of like, oh, well, that doesn't mean much to me. CNBC, ABC's Nightline, The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, and international television networks. Oh, that reminds me. Son of a bitch. And I didn't. So it looks like I'm probably going to end up having my own Roku channel here soon. A company, a network, a digital distribution network contacted me, sent me over the paperwork today. But they're basically talking about they want to take all my current videos, prepare them to launch my own Roku channel. And then if that goes well and people watch and they like it, they're going to help marketing that channel. And then I guess they're talking about doing an app and just a bunch of different things. So you'll basically be able to see my ugly mug just about anywhere at any time. But anyway, it sounds kind of fun. And I really would like to figure out a way to get into having an actual television show. And, you know, I would even like to do a talk show. Like I'd love to do like a XM radio, a Sirius radio, like a Sirius radio show, 4 hours, kind of have a bunch of different special guests and kind of go over a bunch of different stuff. So anyway, that's something that I'd like to do, but I'm going to start with Roku, and hopefully I can further build and bring more people into the space. And that's really what I'm trying to do right now. And I'm going to leave this up so you guys can check that out a little bit more, just to see those comparisons. But it's almost literally to the day, man. Like that is just that. Here's the thing that puzzles me. I don't know why it's so clearly similar. Like, I would love to know exactly. This has to be some sort of automated something. And I don't know if this is. I mean, I don't know. If I were to hazard a guess, I would say that this is Satoshi. Is it Satoshi in an automated formulaic system? I don't know, man. Like it just puzzles me when I look at the historical charts and I see such drastic similarities, and I can't. And it's like, this isn't is groupthink really this to the letter? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what puzzles me. So anyway, Brittany Larry. Hell yeah, Crow. Hell yeah, Brittany. I listened to the joint on Sirius, but I would listen to you also. Well, thank you, Steve. I'm sure doing a radio show would be a lot different because I'd be able to just focus on what I'm saying and the guests and things like that, not having to juggle all this stuff. Yeah, I would definitely like to. We'll see. Hopefully this thing can grow, but I gotta get. The market needs to come back. I know that I'll get to my goal of 100,000 subscribers over the next few months. You are a handsome devil, Crow. Well, thank you, Ryan Phelps. Mr. Gox will take a big dump in September or October. Well, actually, that's a whole nother story altogether, David Brown, because he's been locked down. He can't dump his stuff And as I understand it, the people that he apparently owes money to, he is actually distributing the Bitcoin to those people. Now, will they dump it in September, October? It's possible, but I don't think it's going to be as drastic as it would be with him trying to dump it in bulk, in mass, over short periods of time. If these people are smart, they're going to hold that, for quite a while. You're too good looking for radio. That's funny. You guys smoke a lot of dope or something, I think, before you get on my channel. All these compliments. I don't know what to do with myself. You guys must be high or eating mushrooms or something. But thank you. Crypto Crow, you should be a porn star, bro. Forget Bitcoin. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that. That's funny. Good to see you, the ghost. Crow, can I audition for the voice fillers on your show? Maybe. Quite possibly. And Pine, I got something coming to you too. Don't worry, brother. I haven't forgotten about you. I'll just say that I do things nowhere near as often as I used to, and you probably can figure out what I mean, and for what reasons. Like the hat, hey Crow, you still liking AppCoin? I have not touched. So here's the thing, and this is something that I'm probably going to start doing here soon, is I'm going to start, Crow, have you compared it to 2013 chart? This year was a more dramatic drop off compared to 2017 or 16. Yes, you're right. It was definitely much more stable, but you also have to understand that there were so many less people in the space in 2016 and 2015. So the volatility wasn't as drastic. There weren't, the more people that we get buying and selling and doing things at the same time, I expect it to be a lot more drastic. You got to understand, back then, 2016, 2015, there also wasn't as much Bitcoin available. People were just, doing random shit with it. You know what I'm saying? Like before everybody started to realize that this was something valuable to hold on to, it's almost like, classic Star Wars figurines. You know what I'm saying? People used to melt them with lighters and play with them and let their dogs chew them up. And the people that kept them in a box and saved, they're worth thousands of dollars. So that's kind of the same thing, man. People were, you buy a pizza for 50 Bitcoin, that kind of that's the kind of shit that was happening back then. You want to be on TV? Yeah, I do, Idea Nation. I would love to do a legitimate TV show. I would love to do a legitimate cryptocurrency talk show. That's what I would really love to do. Yeah, that's what I would love to do. Bring on guests, bring on CEOs, bring on, just different people talking about, the latest and greatest and what's going on, grilling people and maybe making fun of them here and there. Crow, what do you think about all these AI companies? Thoughts on Deep Brain Chain? What to expect from this market? As far as artificial intelligence, I am big on artificial intelligence. I invested in Neuro Token, and there are others. I have not invested in Deep Brain Chain. I am a little familiar with it, but here's the thing. When I was 12, 13, 14, 15, around that age, I wanted to be, I wanted to go to MIT, to be quite frank with you. And I wanted to get into robotics and virtual reality. And this was at a time when a lot of that stuff was all like Isaac Asimov shit. Like nobody, it wasn't as accessible. It wasn't as big then. And my belief, there's a movie coming out called Ready Player One that I absolutely believe is going to be very true to life in the near future. I think that when you're talking about robotics, you're talking about virtual reality, and you talk about artificial intelligence, I think there's going to come a day when all of them are working together in a cohesive unit that almost recreate a new existence that all of us just happen to live in. And a lot of things are going to be automated for us. A lot of things are going to be, we're going to be working for the technology, while the technology works for us. And I think that artificial intelligence is going to play a significant role, especially as robotics continues to move forward. Well, I think it was Facebook actually that created an artificial robot or an artificial intelligence that was so smart that it started teaching itself new languages or something, and it freaked a bunch of people out and they had to shut the whole thing down. I don't remember all the details about it, but that's pretty good shit. Like if you've ever seen the movie Lawnmower Man, I am God here. Like that movie to me represented what I see as being possible. And when I talk about, or when I think about the human brain and the functionality and how it's basically like one big, mass of neurons and cells that, store data and recall information on a whim and all that stuff, when I think of all that, when I think of all that stuff, I think about just where the future's going. And I used to think, if there's any way for true immortality, it's going to be taking the conscious energy, this conscious state of mind that we probably refer to as the soul. Okay, and I know this is getting crazy now, but I covered the bulk of what I wanted to talk about. But when I think about the mind and I think about the soul, I think of the soul as being basically our conscious energy. And I believe that, things like memories and that sort of data ultimately is transferable. It's transferable because, they always say you can only displace energy. You can't destroy it. So there is an energy within our bodies that controls and gives us life, right? And kind of controls the flow of things and all that. And, when the shell that contains that energy goes away or stops working, that energy remains. It just does other shit. Well, I used to think to myself, if there was any way of, having true mortality, it would likely be in a virtual realm of sorts. It would be having the ability to take our conscious energy, putting it in, another brain, another, whatever, and then connecting that to an information superhighway. And I think that those things are happening. Those things are going to happen someday. So anyway, I know that was a little bit of a long-winded, ramble about altered carbon. Yeah, kind of like that. When I saw that, I was like, oh shit. Like I've been talking about this stuff for decades, at 40 years old, and I started talking about this stuff in my early teens. So, yeah, altered carbon kind of takes things to a different level, but ultimately I think if you take altered carbon and combine that with Lawnmower Man, I think that's how some of us are going to find immortality in the future. And the funny thing is you want to get real crazy in tinfoil hat? Let's just say that there were societies that lived long before we did on this very planet. And they had already achieved a lot of this stuff, and now they're off somewhere else basically monitoring the rebirth of the human race. And that these aliens that are out there aren't necessarily grays or little lizard people. They're just human beings that were here before we were. And there was a catastrophic event of some sort that basically laid waste to the earth, and we all started over from, I don't know. It just crazy stuff. No, I don't smoke weed. I do no drugs whatsoever, people. Believe it or not, I really don't. Crow, what's up with debitum? It hit the exchanges in a bear market, guys. Like it's gonna go up. I'm not concerned about debitum whatsoever. I don't know what it's at right now, but it's probably a lot lower than it was. Yeah, it's at 5 cents. So yeah, debitum is down. I don't even remember what the ICO price was, to be quite frank with you. But, there's a crow yawn. There you go. Yeah, I mean, look, everything is down. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was an ICO or not. But, there are a lot of coins. Like, when some of these coins, when they hit exchanges in a bear market, they lose some value because there's just no money. It's a $300 billion market cap, folks. And you got to think, how many people are holding long on Bitcoin? How much coinage, we should say, how much of that has lost access? In other words, like how much of the overall market cap at this point of all the different coins in the market, have been like how like their private keys were lost, their wallets were lost, all that stuff. So you got to think about that too when you look at the grand scheme of the market cap overall. But credits is not down, it's up. They actually reached out to me recently about doing a review, but I they're kind of playing I don't know, games or something. Double down on Deb to offset cost average. Yes. Dumb money is leaving. I like it. Here's the thing. Patience in cryptocurrency is what is going to get you gains. Like, yes, in a bull market, you can put your money just about anywhere, wait long enough, and wait a little bit, and you're going to make some money. In a bear market, look, if you're not buying and you're not collecting now, like this is the opportunity for you to make the money you're going to make for the year. Like the bulk of the money that you're going to make in 2018 from cryptocurrency is going to be decided based off of the purchases that you've made and held on to over the last 60 days. That's it. So, and yes, you're going to make money, and there are going to be ICOs that launch between now and November, that you're going to do well and you're going to make money on over the course of November and December and so forth and so on. So it's not to say that there isn't going to be a lot of money made. I'm just saying that for the coins and the technology that we're already familiar with, this is where you're going to make. I mean, let's face it, when you already have a roadmap in front of you showing you where these coins are going to be when the market cap comes back, which it will, you've got it all sitting right in front of you. Ripple's 59 cents. Cardano is 16 cents. Cardano's 16 cents right now. I highly suggest you do your own research and you stock up and be patient. Just buy it, set it, forget it. Not specifically Cardano. Anything. Just buy it, put it away. Put it, encrypt it, put everything in a zip file, encrypt the shit out of it, throw it in a thumb drive and stick it in a safety deposit box. And don't even worry about it for 6 months. Seriously. And that's it. And then just add to it. And just don't even worry about it. If you want to try and play the swings, you can have plenty of fun playing the swings in Bitcoin and Ethereum. You don't need to do that shit with all these altcoins. Just hold them. All right. Celsius hit hard cap in this market. Tells you a lot. Let's go sell. Yeah, I'm telling you, Celsius is going to be stupid. Like, my opinion of Celsius Network is it's going to be stupid. All I'm going to say is just come on $5. That's all I'm saying. Come on $5 Celsius Network, baby. Ivy Coin, man, that's going to be another big one. I'm telling you, I think Ivy Coin's going to make a bunch of waves this year. There's some big stuff that's coming, guys. There really is some big stuff that's coming. How's the taxes for crypto right now? That's funny you should mention that, because I actually did get a phone call today from the people doing my taxes. I've got Happy Tax Service doing my crypto tax amendment because I had already done my 2017 taxes. And I have no interest in being busted for tax evasion. So I'm claiming everything. It is, it's what you got to do, folks. I know you don't like it. I don't like it. It sucks. I know. I'm already seeing your messages. I hear you. I went on a big rant last night, but I'm going to just kick, scream, piss, and moan all the way to the IRS to give them my damn money, because it's just what you got to do. It's funny because I am a very spiritual person, and I believe that cryptocurrency can be a very spiritual thing. And when you talk about technology, and you talk about enlightenment, and I do believe that a mooning cryptocurrency at the right time can create a sense of nirvana. And one of these days, I'm probably going to expound on all of those things in my own cryptocurrency religion. Boom. I'm going to go L. Ron Hubbard on everybody in crypto. I'm going to start a religion. I'm never going to have to pay crypto taxes again. How about that? Okay, let's see. If you don't pull profits into fiat, do you still pay taxes? Yes, you still technically do. But I'm still waiting on some of these finer answers because they're finalizing my crypto taxes now. So I'm expecting by the end of this week, I'll probably get a full breakdown of everything. And then we're going to explain what they did and why and all that other stuff. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, technically, so if you really want, if you have a lot of questions, go to my channel. Hold on. Go to my channel. For any of you newcomers out there, go to my channel and then watch the video that I have where I did a live video. Oh wait, I'm gonna go to my own live video, but I don't want to do that. Okay. Yeah, there's a video here that I basically interviewed a crypto tax guy, Scott Lovingood. And you're going to want to watch that video. If you're questioning your taxes or what to do and all of that, basically I worked out a deal with Happy Tax and I basically said, hey, why don't you guys do my 2017 crypto tax amendment and I will tell everybody what my experience has been like. And so they agreed. They said, sure. Like the CEO of the company said, yeah, let's do it. I'm trying to find it. The video's here somewhere, but I don't remember if I put an actual thumbnail on it or I left it live. I think I put a thumbnail on it. Anyway, it's in here somewhere. You can do a search for it. But yeah, I mean, just watch the live video, man. I mean, it was a very, very good interview about cryptocurrency taxes. So, crypto tax prediction. Oh, crypto price prediction for Ethos. Universal wallet coming in this bear market. You seem to follow Ethos. Please reply. Okay, AJ Kumar. What's it at now? 380? Hold on. I'm just taking a guess. I have no clue. Ethos. 290. Holy shiznit. 290. Man, I might actually get some more because I bought Ethos at $2 and I was like, yeah. And it's coming close, but I think this might be as low as it's going to get. I mean, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. I'll have a much better idea tomorrow. But as far as Ethos, I think Ethos is going to go mooning hardcore soon. I do. I think it's going to be incredible. The Universal Wallet, being able to store everything all in one place, just everything that these guys have going on, being able to purchase cryptocurrency with fiat currency directly through the app. It's gonna be powerful. It's gonna be powerful. So, you know, like price prediction, I really have no clue. I mean, we hit $10 almost. We almost hit $10. Yeah, we did. We went over 10. It was over $11 at one point. Man, I don't really know, but honest to gosh, I would say it's safe to think that this could get to $25 by just random off the cuff throwing a crazy number out there for giggles. But I think it's going to do well regardless. Crow, I would love to hear your opinion on co-vesting. I actually invested in co-vesting, to be honest, and I kind of like it. The only problem that I have with co-vesting is, to my knowledge, they don't really have a system for ICOs. Because it's more for day traders and swing traders and things like that. So I like co-vesting. I think it's got a future, but and I think it's especially, this is the kind of platform that's probably going to do pretty well as the market starts to come back and a lot of this new blood kind of comes back into the space and they want to get involved, don't really know what to do. My guess is if co-vesting is smart, they're going to be limited in their advertising. Well, they need to come back to YouTubers like me to start spreading the word again and letting people know exactly what co-vesting is, get people excited and using that platform. But I think it's probably going to do well. Jason, who are you going to interview next? This reminds me, just to let everybody know. So jasonappleton.com. So this is my website for those of you who aren't familiar. But this is my website, and it's basically just all my YouTube videos. You can even listen to the Crow Your Coins. You can listen to the Crow Your Coins theme song anytime you want, right there if you want. But yeah, this is my website, and I actually have, for any of you ICOs out there, this is basically my review your ICO page. And I brought on Heather. Heather is basically helping me with my booking now, because these impersonators out there, they're just, they're everywhere trying to pretend to be me and scam people. And I'm just like, you know what? From now on, it's not even me. And this is Crow Booking. This is it. This is like on Telegram. If you're not talking to Heather at Crow Booking on Telegram, you ain't reaching me. That's all there is to it. Heather at jasonappleton.com is her email address. That's it. That's it. And if anything were to ever happen to that email address or whatever, instantly I'll be all over it. So, yeah. And like this image, like if this image is found anywhere but jasonappleton.com, it may be faked and changed, meaning this contact information is probably bullshit. If you aren't looking at it right here if it's not linked directly from my actual website, then there it is for future reference. So if you ever need to cross-reference that or you want to share the link, this is the image with the accurate contact information. But anyway, she is handling all my ICO bookings now. She is handling all the interviews, but the interviews that I do and all that. Now, I do have an interview that's likely going to be happening soon. Thank you, Eric. I don't know what SEK is, but thank you. So all the interviews that I do are going to be scheduled by her, and I'll let you guys know. Pumptron. Is Heather the one behind the Crow Booking Twitter? Yes. And it's at Crow Bookings with an S. Like her Twitter is different than her, because I guess for whatever reason, Crow Booking was taken on Twitter. So make sure that it's at Crow Bookings with an S. And yes, that is Heather. Heather, like I said, Heather is this gal. Her and her husband basically are because they work different shifts. So they're basically going to be helping me with all of my ICO reviews, my features, anything that's paid. I basically made her my booking agent. Like she's going to handle a lot of that, because ultimately all I want to do is I want to be able to focus on my show, the research that I'm doing, and be able to really plan things out. And so I want to get to a point where I have everything that I'm doing pre-planned 2 weeks in advance, because I get so many ICOs contacting me. Hey, can you review us? Oh, well, can you review us in 24 hours, 48 hours? And I want to get out of that. So she's actively pursuing people, and people that are contacting me. There's a whole system that we have. So that's what Heather's doing. Crypto Crow, I am in love with the song and voice of Rena Hera is amazing. I absolutely agree with you, and that is why you, sir, if you have not already, should go to renahera.com and tip her well. Show this woman how wealthy you are and how much you appreciate her hard work and amazing voice and talent by tipping her Ethereum here or Bitcoin here. She needs to feel some love, because last I checked, there were only 9 transactions on her Ethereum wallet. She's only like $160 in Ethereum donations. Now I'm going to be donating as well, but I'm going to be donating the next time I log into my wallet, which I do in a very unique way. And like a lot of shit has changed about how I operate. So, but there will come a time when I am in my wallet that I am going to send, I'm going to be sending her a decent chunk of change, but I suggest you guys all do the same. All right. So there's one thing that I want to play that is not related, but I just love it. When I saw this video or this commercial for the first time, I was like, oh. All right, so before I sign off, it is a 58. I've been on here 58 minutes. Yeah, Daniel Park, you're a turd. Man, I love all kinds of music. I don't really dig country. I got to be honest. I can't get into country very much, but hoo-wee. All right. So hopefully everybody got a little taste of some of this action in this stuff that I've been spitting. Excuse me. But yeah, man, I mean, look, I think we're getting ready to start pumping. I think we're getting ready to start running, and I'm excited about it. So, all right, let's see here. Crypto, if Cardano is as superior as projected, do you think that a mass exodus of ERC20 tokens could leave the Ethereum platform and switch to the ADA platform? Is that even possible? That is a good question, sir. Here's the thing, okay? This is how I kind of look at things. So you had first generation, which is Bitcoin. Then you had second generation, which was Ethereum, that added smart contracts. Now you've got Cardano, which they're considering third generation or even fourth generation, depending on who you ask and how you want to look at it. No, not yet. Bet OJ Freak. I haven't even checked, to be quite frank with you. I think the last time I checked was like a week ago, and it was still locked up. So anyway, the people who, okay, so think about it this way. So over 2015, 2016 into 2017, you had all these people that talk about Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. That's all anybody really talked about. There were altcoins, but they weren't as big, right? But all these coins had different purposes. None of them really had smart contracts associated with them, and then the Ethereum came into the market. Now, if you're looking at the market as a whole, and believe me, I have a point here, sort of. I gotta go back. I could have just typed it in, but I'm kind of lazy. All right. So total market cap, $100 billion more than Ethereum. Okay. And that's likely not going to change. However, we're at a $300 billion total market cap. Now with Cardano's only got $4.2 billion, which is still significant, but it needs to go up. So how is it going to go up? Well, let's just say that there was a lot of let's just say there was $500 billion more of, let's say institutional money came into play. Well, at that point, they're probably going to throw some in Bitcoin. They're going to throw some in Ethereum, and then they're going to pick some alts that they really see doing really well and are at the lowest. They're going to try and get the most coins for their money and so forth and so on. They're going to calculate all this shit. And they're going to look at Cardano's roadmap, and they're going to look at everything that they anticipate doing. They're going to look at everything going on. And I believe that if let's just say like the one Tiwari was talking about, like $1 trillion coming into the market. I believe that a substantial portion of that will go into Cardano. At which point, I don't necessarily see Cardano replacing Ethereum, but I see Cardano giving Ethereum a run for its money. And so, I definitely don't think it's going to replace anything. Let's see. All right. It's a good song if you strip to it. Some of you guys are so ornery. What do you think is the best profit trailer setting for a bull market? I don't have profit feeder. In a bull market, probably either EMA spread or high BB, probably. Crypto Crow, is it weird if I watch your videos naked? I would. Oh boy. All right. So, cool. Well, we had an hour, but I'm gonna get to what I was doing, folks. I'm just gonna, what should I leave you guys with? Hopefully tonight was fun and you guys learned some stuff. right? I hope. Definitely going to be doing some ICO reviews this week, and I've got a couple paid, and I've got a couple that are not. So I'm going to be working on those all day tomorrow and into the next day. So that all being said, folks, I will see you guys very soon. And yeah, well, end on what song? One Man Army. What song would you like me to close the show with? Can't forget that song now. How about the acapella Crow Your Coins? How about that? I kind of like that. Or I could go I Go Slow. The song. All right. Let's see here. Where did I put the song? Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rena Hera, a cappella version, and one that I expect some of you to be remixing soon so that I can promote your SoundClouds on my channel, telling everybody about a great job that you did. So this is what you got to work with that you can pull down at renahera.com. Here you go. Until tomorrow or next time, if I feel lazy, crow your coins. And I love each and every one of you. Thank you.
If it's bull or bear, I don't care. It's quite a rough ride, just like life. But I'm kinda patient, 'cause only time will tell. It's gonna go up, so you better stay calm. And crow your coins, you gotta crow your coins. Crow your coins, crow your coins. Crow your coins, you gotta crow your coins. Crow your coins, crow your coins. Crow your coins, you gotta crow your coins. Crow your coins, crow your coins. Crow your coins, you gotta crow your coins. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.